If earning more money is your goal, you need to watch this video all the way through, and here's why. From 2019 to 2022, I 10x'd my income from $47,000 in 2019 to $400,000 in my business in 2022. And right now, as of this video, we are on track to doing $4 million in sales by November of 2024. Now, I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying that to impress upon you that in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it through the principles of my 10x belief system that can apply to any business because it is a mindset, it is a way of living. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to give you the 3 major keys of this 10x belief system. See, I used to think, and you probably think too, that doing more to achieve more is the way to go. And I did that for 15 years. But unfortunately, after 15 years of doing more to achieve more, the only thing I really experienced was burnout, stress, less time, lack of sleep, and guess what? Not really much more money. See, I've always been focused on doubling my income, not realizing that by focusing on doubling my income, all I was really doing was just doubling my workload. See, I wanted to be the best, and I'm sure you do too. But after 15 years of me thinking that doing those things would move the needle, I realized that those things weren't the biggest needle movers. And then I got introduced to the idea of 10xing. And I'll be honest, at first 10xing sounded great. But to be fully transparent with you, I had so much doubt that I could even do anything like that. I had doubt in my abilities. I had doubt about making the right decisions. I had doubt in finding the right customers or clients so that I can 10x. I had doubt in being financially stable while trying to do that. I had doubt in maintaining my life-work balance. See, when I got introduced to the idea of 10xing, I was skeptical. I was afraid to fail. I doubted if I had the skills. I doubted if or how I would do it. And I doubted even if I had time to do it. See, I knew what it took to double my income. So the idea of 10xing my income, I'm thinking, I got to 10x my workload. And that was far beyond my mental capacity. See, I had huge doubts about going from 5 figures to 6 figures, and even bigger doubts about going from 6 to 7 figures. I knew what big moves I needed to make in order to make a 10x jump. But to be fully honest with you, I doubted that I had the capability of even doing it. But I want to share something with you, and I want you to hear me clearly, because this is a bold statement. You ready? Doubt is unnatural. Yeah, I said it. Doubt is unnatural. It is a learned behavior, and the good news is it can be unlearned. So if you're watching this video right now, that means you're either a leader, a business owner, or an entrepreneur. And you've already created 5 to 6 figures in your business, and you have some sense of financial stability. You've already done what 90% of people haven't been able to do. You've already gained credibility in your market. You've already boosted your confidence and upped your game. And you've already created more freedom to live the kind of life that you desire. But what's really been holding you back from reaching your destiny, that big vision you have, is doubt. See, the challenge is you're realizing that your business comes at a cost that you weren't prepared to pay. And it's starting to burn you out at a DNA level, and you're not even sure if you can go farther. Or maybe you're feeling like a successful fraud because the imposter syndrome is riding shotgun in your life right now. Or how about this one? Your confidence begins to shake when you think about charging more. Like your heart starts pounding when you think about charging more, because you're not really sure what your worth is to even be able to charge. Like, what will people even pay? Or how about this one? Your financial stability that you created, it comes in waves. So you're unable to keep much of the money that you've made. And this one was a big one for me. The freedom that I had created didn't live long. And it constantly required me to work twice as hard to try to keep it all together, and realizing that I'm struggling to find more time. See, that destiny you've envisioned as a leader, business owner, or entrepreneur, You know, the one that comes with more freedom, the confidence to charge more, the ability to stop trading value for dollars. That road to destiny is filled with doubt. And guess what? It is your belief system that's seeding that doubt. I want you to hear me. It's not the system, because I used to think that too, until I realized that it was mine and yours belief system that's seeding that doubt. See, if you want to have 10x results and 10x money, you have got to cultivate 10x beliefs in order to do it. And my 10x belief system is designed to remove that doubt from your path. So before I start giving you the keys, I want to share with you a little bit about myself so that you understand why I'm so passionate about this 10x belief system. Because I've applied these principles in my own life, and I want to show you through my own example how. See, I was born in 1984, right at the start of the crack epidemic. And unfortunately, 6 months after I was born, my mother got addicted to crack cocaine. During the first 8 years of my life, I lived in crack houses. Not, to be honest, I thought everybody lived in crack houses because that was just my own experience. I was molested, and at one point even held for ransom by a drug dealer that my mother owed money to. I went to 14 different schools. I was the new kid every year. So I had all kind of confidence issues and self-worth issues and identity issues. And when I went to live with my father, when I was about 8 years old, I didn't know who this man was. He just showed up out of the clear blue sky saying, I'm your dad, you're coming to live with me. That created a level of abandonment between me and my mother to where for 20 years, I treated her like less than a human being. And I developed so much anger and resentment for her. And my dad and I had a really tough relationship. It's very abusive. I understand now that he did the best he could, but that just created way more anger. And at 17 years old, I took off to the military, hoping that if I got away from everybody who was causing me issues and trauma and hurts and pains, that all of it would go away. But unfortunately, wherever you go, there you are. And my trauma and my anger and everything else followed me. I married the first girl who says she loved me, and unfortunately, physically, mentally, and emotionally abused her until she got the courage to leave. Now, I'm not proud of that, but it is a part of my story, and I want you to know the whole story about me because I want you to see why this system works. And when she finally got the courage to leave, and rightfully so, I took a loaded gun in my mouth, pulled the trigger because I wanted to get away from everybody who was causing me pain. And all I can think of going forward was just more hurt and pain. And I didn't want to experience that anymore. But fortunately for me, the gun didn't go off. And it was instant regret when it didn't. Because I realized in that moment I didn't want to die. I just didn't know how to live. But I still didn't know what to do with all the pain that I was feeling. And so I started drinking. And I started drinking to get drunk. And then I ended up on the wrong end of the law and a felon by the time I was 19 years old. And then married to the second girl that said she loved me by the time I was 20 and completely repeated the process. But then I met a man named Hank. Hank came into my life out of nowhere and introduced me to the power of personal development. And he said, young man, if you just change how you see yourself and change what you believe, everything would change. Now, I didn't know what he was talking about back then, but I was willing to listen because the way I was doing my life wasn't working. And that started an 18-year fascination with human development and why I was the way I was and how can I actually change. Today, at 38 years old, I run a 7-figure coaching business globally, coaching people from all over the world, CEOs, athletes, celebrities. I've written 2 books. I'm married to my best friend who I've never laid a hand on. I've traveled the world to places that I've always dreamt of. I speak on international stages. I've healed the relationship between my mother and I. I healed the relationship between my father and I stopped the generational trauma in my family. And today, I guarantee you, I am one of the most emotionally healthy people you will ever meet. And all of that trauma during my entrepreneur career created so many blocks in my business that I wasn't aware of. Like when I was in network marketing, I had a huge fear of rejection. Like I just did not like to be told no. Every time someone told me no, it's like my body reacted. I would explode on the inside. It made me deflated. It made me feel like I was unworthy and undeserving and that I'll never get to where I want to go. And so because of that, I wouldn't really go after opportunities or offer my services to people because I was just too afraid to be told no, because I didn't like how no made me feel. I needed to hear them say yes in order for me to feel good about myself. And I felt like every time I offered my services, it's like I was gambling with my life. It also blocked me from receiving help. See, because of what I went through as a kid, I equated receiving help with pity, with charity. I equated receiving help with a lack of self-worth. See, I didn't allow people to help me because I was like, well, if I need help, then maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. I definitely didn't want anyone to help because I didn't want to feel like I owed them anything, because as a kid, what I saw is that whenever someone does something for you, they want something in return, and I don't want to be obligated to do something I don't want to do. And so I would just completely not want to receive help at all. So between feeling like a charity case and not wanting to owe anybody anything, I blocked so many blessings that has cost me millions. See, my past also created an income thermostat, meaning there was a certain amount of income that I just couldn't see myself making more than. Right? For me, at one point, it was $3,000 a month. I thought $3,000 a month was a whole lot of money. So the idea of making $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, seven figures, that was so far beyond what I thought was possible for me, because of where I came from. Nobody made that kind of money. So I wasn't willing to think that big because I didn't think those kind of results were available to me. So I always thought small. So let's talk about what a 10X life even looks like. See, if you're still watching this video, it's because you want nothing more than to become the most authentic version of yourself in your personal, professional, and love life. I know you want to be able to do what you want, when you want, where you want, without needing anybody's permission or approval. See, a 10X life looks like you making more money than you've ever experienced. It also means you being in full control of your destiny. See, a 10X life is about being recognized or respected as a sought-after leader or even a star. See, I'm talking about a 10 out of 10 in all areas of life. I'm talking about winning across the board. I'm talking about creating a legacy that goes far beyond you. I'm even talking about designing an incredible life of ease and luxury. I'm talking about where you feel full, vibrant, and energized every day. I'm talking about where you get to spend your time just investing into meaningful relationships, being able to find ways to make extraordinary memories with your loved ones, experience new cultures around the world, indulge in the joys of life without any regrets. I'm talking about going from being great to legendary. And I've got something that's going to breathe reality right into that dream. See, there are 8 keys to my 10X belief system. But in this video, I'm going to share with you what I consider the most important 3, starting with number 1, a 10X being. See, I want you to understand that it's not about who you are that's holding you back, but it's about who you believe you're not. Think about everything you desire. Think about your most luxurious, vibrant, extraordinary life. There is a version of you that does that. But if you're not showing up as that person every single day, it doesn't matter how much you learn to do. It doesn't matter how many strategies you learn. It matters who you are being doing those strategies. So if you're supposed to be confident, if that version of you is confident, but you're showing up scared every day, it doesn't matter what strategies you learn. If it's about being positive, but you show up pessimistic every day, it doesn't matter what strategies you learn. If it's about being bold, but you cower when opportunity shows itself, it doesn't matter how many strategies you learn. It is all about who you are being while doing what you are doing that creates a 10X life. The second key is 10X beliefs. See, I want you to take a look at this diagram. What you believe determines what you think. I want you to understand that your mind cannot accept thoughts that is outside of your current belief system. And what you think determines how you feel, and how you feel determines what you do, and what you do determines the results you get. The reason why you could feel like you go through different doors and come out of the same exit, that no matter what you try, you keep ending up in the same place, is because your results always reaffirms your belief. See, understand that as human beings, we are created to run in circles. That's just the way our minds work. We may not like it, but that's just the way our minds work. We're created to run in circles, like this diagram here. And if you are not getting the results you want, I want you to think about, what actions are you taking? Let's work this backwards. What actions have you been taking? How have you been feeling that's causing you to take that little to no action, or not going after those opportunities? And what are you thinking that's causing you to feel the way you feel? And understand that thinking, whatever it is that you're thinking, comes from a specific set of beliefs that you have. So understand that if you want 10x results, if you want to 10x your money, you have to cultivate 10x beliefs. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And then the third key, 10x integrity. I really want you to take in this question that I'm about to ask you. Where would your life be right now if you actually did everything you said you would do? See, I just got off the phone with a client who runs a real estate office. And when I asked him this question, I said, you've been in this game for 20 years. Where would your life be right now if you actually did everything you said you would do? I said, how much money do you think you've cost yourself not doing what you said you would do when you said you would do it? He said, at least $20 million. I said, and if you continue to be out of integrity with your word and not doing what you said you would do when you said you would do it, how much more money do you think you will cost yourself? And he said, probably another $40 million. I said, I want you to pay attention. That simply not doing what you said you would do when you said you would do it has cost you $60 million. Now, I want you to do the same thing for yourself right now where you sit watching this video. How much more money would you have earned in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years if you actually just did everything you said you would do? And how much more money are you going to cost yourself by not doing what you say you're going to do? Because when you don't keep your word, you will stop believing you, and eventually you'll stop believing in you. And that is the seed and the fertile ground for doubt. See, these keys are going to help you do a few things. Number one, they're going to help you level up your self-worth. These keys are going to help you eliminate the doubts and the negative thinking that would allow you then to create an identity that matches your dreams. It'll help you gain confidence in your decision-making and allow you to let go of the need for perfectionism. Just think about that alone. How much faster would you go? How much more would you be able to accomplish if you just simply let go of this need of being perfect? See, understanding these keys, you're going to go after bigger sales and bigger opportunities. It's going to allow you to charge more than you've ever charged before. Why? Because you're getting rid of all the unuseful and negative thinking that's keeping you from taking the bold actions you need to take, or asking for what you're worth, or just asking for what you desire. These keys are going to improve your communication skills. Why? Because you're going to learn to only speak that which you really desire. You're going to learn to not overpromise on things that you shouldn't be promising on, because you just want to make sure that you get the deal. You just want to make sure that you don't lose an opportunity because you're coming from a place of need. But with these keys, you'll learn to come from a place of authority. You'll learn to come from a place of desire, and know that you will only commit to what you know you can commit to and pull and follow through on. You're going to be able to expand your vision and collapse time frames and do things in 1 year that you thought would take you 5 years. I'm going to show you how to make quantum leaps instead of incremental steps. You're going to get comfortable in doing the uncomfortable, following these keys. And you're going to be more open to receiving. Because the fastest way to the most amount of money you've ever seen is through receiving. And so if you have any issue with receiving, these keys that I'm going to share with you, especially when we get to some of the later ones, they're going to allow you to just open yourself up and allow the universe to provide you with everything necessary to create the life that you desire. See, now that you know 3 out of the 8 keys that will help you unlock your legendary success, I want to share something with you that will help you navigate the road to your destiny and avoid the potholes of doubt, fear, and playing small. See, this is something that I wish I had years ago. This is the program that I've been teaching my clients one-on-one and in small groups and charging them 5 figures to do it. I have also, and I'm not kidding here, I have also tested this work on people with from drug problems all the way to being worth $150 million. From people who have dropped out of school to people who have a PhD. So I have literally tested these, not just my life, but I have tested it across the board, and everyone that goes all the way through this program and does it fully and completely to their best ability achieves amazing results. See, this is a combination of 17 years of my own personal development work and study. See, I've invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with some of the best people in the world to teach me the keys to unlock my legendary self. And I figured out what worked and what didn't work. I've applied these things to my own life, and I've refined these methods, and I've refined these skills, and I've taught them to other people. And I've boiled it down into 8 principles, and you're about to get all of them. See, these 8 keys that you're about to get, they're going to help you 10x yourself. I'm talking about principles like 10x thinking and how to get rid of the negative thoughts that go on inside your head. 10x being, 10x beliefs. We just talked about those. But you're also going to get to see some 10x mentorship and me working people through their blocks. You're going to get to experience what it really means to be in 10x integrity with yourself. You're going to experience what 10x commitment looks like. You're going to realize that commitment creates miracles, but goal setting creates disappointments. Yep, I said it. Commitments create miracles, and goal setting creates disappointments. I'm going to share that with you in these 8 keys. And we're also going to talk about 10x frequency, because you get in life what you attract, not what you want. And your vibration matters. How many times do we have to watch videos and go to seminars and they talk about vibration, but you don't really know how to control your vibration? I'm going to teach you in these keys how to control your vibration so that you're always operating at a high frequency, attracting the things that you need necessary to create your dream life. And I saved the best for last. 10x creation. We're talking about collapsing time frames. We're talking about wormholes. We're talking about walking through the matrix like Neo, flying around and doing the most amazing shit. Why? Because you now understand the principles to creation. There are things that you could be doing that exponentially grow you instead of making incremental steps. You have no idea how much time you waste taking small steps when you could be making huge leaps, quantum leaps. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the 10X Belief System self-study course with all the 8 keys so that you can 10X yourself. You're also going to get a workbook with exercises to help you integrate all of this learning and teaching. And then I'm going to throw in a bonus. See, when I do these initial calls with leaders, I do something with them that I call a being assessment. See, I help them figure out what it is that what their vision is and get really clear on it. But then I also help them figure out who they need to be to do it. Because that's the most important thing. Who do you need to be? And so I'm going to throw that in. It's a mini course that I've created just for you so that I can walk you through this being assessment that I take people who earn 10 million a year, 150 million a year. I do the same thing with them that I'm going to do with you. You're going to get all of this. Not for 5 figures or 6 figures that I've charged in the past. You're going to get all of this for only $397. And I'm going to go one step further because I want you to win. For the first 100 people that purchases this course, you're going to get a legendary bonus. You're going to get access to a private Facebook group with 100 other souls who want nothing more than to create a 10X life for themselves. But wait, there's more. You're also going to be able to get access to private monthly Q&As with me as a group, you and the other 100 souls. I'm talking about not just going through it by yourself, but I'm going to show up, me personally, once a month for a private Q&A to be able to ask me anything you want about everything you're learning, to get more clarity, to get more certainty. And I'm talking about for a full 12 months. This is a $10,000 value that I'm never going to offer ever again. Why would I be offering it? Because I want you to win. I want nothing more than more people coming up to me or writing on my Facebook page or writing a testimonial saying, Steve, these 8 principles literally changed the course of my family's life, not only financially, but generationally. So that's why I'm giving it away, because I want you to win. See, everything I just shared with you right now is available to you in a self-study program that has the 8 principles that would allow you to create and take the steps necessary to build a legendary and 10x life. This is not only going to change your future, but it will change the future of generations to come behind you, because you're going to be able to teach them these principles, just like I'm teaching my kids. See, other programs, they teach you what to do, and that's great. But I'm going to dive deep and teach you how to do what everyone else is telling you to do. I'm going to open up the curtains. I'm going to expose it all. I'm going to show you the foundation of what they're telling you to do and help you implement it into your life. They tell you the theory is self-improvement, but I'm going to guide you through the journey of self-discovery. They instruct you to change, but I'm going to empower you to evolve. They set the benchmarks for success. I'm going to show you how to create and redefine your own. They point out your weaknesses. I'm going to prove to you that you don't have any. They ask you to fit the mold. I'm going to show you how to create your own damn mold. Imagine what it would be like to effortlessly be who you are, to create more money than you've ever witnessed in your entire life, to impact and command more influence in the market. I'm talking about the possibility of 10xing your income without 10xing your workload and creating more ease and simplicity in your life. I'm talking about being able to be there for your loved ones without having to choose between your business and them. Your destiny is calling you, and now it's time to pick up the phone. So click the button below and be one of the first 100. The only thing you need right now is courage. The courage to choose you. The courage to choose your destiny over your doubts. The courage to choose your dreams over your fears. The courage to be everything God has called you to be. And let's go build your legendary life.